So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, we don't have a another 3-0. Hopefully, we get some back and forth in this series as we're going to kickstart in the bottom left-hand side. Our red Protoss player, he is MaxPax. Taking on the Blue Terran from the Shopify Rebellion, we have ByuN. Alright, game 1 of the series, we get this underway. We drop a Rax and a Gas to start us off. So ByuN already going to come in with a little bit of the aggression here to start things. Obviously the probe scout from MaxPax going to see there's nothing else going around on the other side. So away we go. Yeah, probe moving around. Just gonna have our Reaper coming up, Cybercore's coming through as well. Our factory at the front is gonna come in, so that's not gonna be proxied. That's gonna go back on the other side. Make our way over and try to see a bit of what's going on. Reaper hops up, moving straight on through. It's going to be seeing the probes pulling around, trying to get in there. We're going to be able to get rid of one of those workers. So one worker going down. Reaper going to find a second here, I think. Oh no! Has to loop around, but he's scared because he took a shot from the probe. So it's actually not going to be all that crazy. Well, the Reaper now backs away. The Adept going to come shading after. And that will be that one for the moment. Continues to move on through. Just stepping over. We do have our Adept continue to shade around. Cyclone is coming through. Gets settled in for a couple moments. CC, Starport will come in about our Twilight Council building as well. So we get a lot of this underway. So we're going to try and fight a little too. Ripper backs away, Adept is going to be there. Cyclone engine comes across, Reaper as well. Just going to lock onto the Adept. Again, Cyclone going to be there. Liberator, Siege Tank continue to come through as well. So we just continue with that for a couple of moments. We need to settle down here currently. And figure out what our plan is going to be. Obviously, Siege Tank keeps you fairly safe for a couple of moments as well. Trying to see what else we can do. Something coming about, our Nexus coming in. Observer coming up as well. Robot Facility is going to get the obs out. A couple more Stalkers get warped in along with it. The Liberator heads all the way down to the bottom. Liberator coming down the south again. Siege Tank, Marines, Stimpack, all continue to come through for a couple of moments here. Bunk coming up as well. The Observer and the Stalkers continue to gather in. And we just wait a couple moments. Again, wait to see what's going to be coming about as we settle down. Was our Stalkers sit here from MaxPax and they will put some pressure on. I actually missed the sub from before as well, didn't I? Let me just go back a little bit. Thanks so much, Sade, for the 9-month resub. Sorry, I was in the middle of talking and I forgot to come back to the resubs. Thanks so much for that. And then Airbear Nom for the 51-month resub. Thanks so much. Continue to support the stream, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we just have a Stim Combatant +1. Continue to come around for a couple of moments. So just trying to see what else is happening. It's going to be seeing our Depth coming through, or Zell coming through, or two. Charge is going to be on the way at the Robobay into that. That's where we're going. Because, yeah, what's up? Pieman Jr., thank you so much for the 26-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for also supporting. Let Pieman Jr. be a reminder to you all that you too can use your Twitch Prime on the channel and help save StarCraft. One Prime sub at a time. Do you know how many Prime subs we'd need to run this tournament again? I actually don't know. 400? That's a lot of Prime subs, but 4 cheap Prime subs aren't the only thing that help run StarCraft. Like I say, every little helps. It's like, oh crap, we need 400 Primes? That's actually kind of a lot. I don't know if we've ever had 400 Primes on the channel at once. Maybe like during peak WardiTV viewership days. A long time ago, realistically. As do you see our medevacs coming on down to the bottom. Oh, General But Naked, 10-month resub on the Prime, 1 Prime at a time. That's a great motto. Yeah, that's a great way to say it. I love that as the drop here from ByuN comes in. At the same time, he has Zealots in his main base. I mean, ByuN's going to have to stop pulling back for this. It's a little unfortunate because he's going to more or less get cleaned up on the other side, and MaxPax wins this exchange. He gets 8 SCVs killed. Clearly comes out in a much stronger position than his opponent. I mean, that is just a brutal affair. And unfortunately for ByuN, I think he is going to be in... Well, as you can see right now, he is in quite a bit of trouble. The Bio coming through. Pylon and the Nexus. We'll continue about. We'll get that Nexus cancelled at least. GG, you saved SC2. Oh, yeah. 1 Prime at a time. You know, if everyone on the world used their Prime sub on the channel, we could be the circuit. If you think about that. So don't forget, next time you're at your local supermarket doing the groceries, don't forget to stop everyone you meet and say, have you Prime sub to WardiTV to save StarCraft 2? Some of them might just do it so you stop talking to them, you know? This attack is doomed. Force fields are good, 2 Colossus up. There's no need for MaxPax to push it further than grabbing a few units trapped by force fields. He's got a Zealot counterattack. It's not just this fight that's doomed for ByuN. This game is doomed, because this game really depends on this fight and this army, and clearly that's just not going well enough at all. MaxPax with a dominating performance here in this opening game. Yeah, this one just got away from him very quickly on his server as well. So MaxPax on a strong opening, playing on West. It's big to win your opponent's server. Makes a big impact a lot of the time. I'm just gonna say GG. He can see his army's never gonna do enough. He's down only on 2 bases, taking damage himself still. It's not gonna be getting any better. That we've got coming up. Might be fun. Might be fun. And we do have in the bottom right-hand side MaxPax leading this series 1-0 to begin with. He is the red Protoss player taking on ByuN in the top left. Our blue Terran looking to bounce back in the best of 5. In terms of what's coming up, guys, WardiTV February continues this coming week, and then next weekend, WardiTV Monday on Monday, as always, of course. And then, yeah, we don't really have too much else planned after. Oh, yeah, we do. I have, like, a week where I'm kind of away a little bit during the week. But when the week after that is Team Liquid Map Contest tournament, which will be a lot of fun. And then we'll be into March truly, and then we'll kicking off WardiTV March and some other events and stuff like that as well too. So we actually have some fun stuff coming up. Very exciting. Very exciting. Alrighty, game number 2. Get this one underway. Probe is going to nibble an SCV. A little bit of early game action. The Reaper building from ByuN, going to get a second on the way as well. It's going to go a couple of Reapers here, apparently, is the plan. CC coming up, so it's going to get building on the natural. Hellion going to be on the way too. We'll see what ByuN can do super early on here, see if we can find some potential. Here on the Hellion, just going to go. Adept is going to be taking some damage. You have Twilight Council building as well. Nice for the Adept to get through those, see a little bit of what's up, get a couple of shots off. That Widowmine continues to come about. And again, just going to be seeing the Roblox facility coming on in. And the gateway coming through, the Blink is building. Reaper R2 hopping up and around, and again, just trying to keep some map control. The Blink expected, MaxPax being very safe, making sure he walls off as well. Does not want to let anything go or get too far away from him. And the Stalker and the Depth continue to gather up here from MaxPax again. ByuN going to take a couple shots of damage. A few hits coming through. And we're going to Blink and use a Chrono Boost. Medevac goes boosting across, just going to go get over to that other side. Reaper and the Hellion are going to get that probe, and we will have ourselves the couple of Widowmine and Marine drops coming in as well. So ByuN trying to pull MaxPax out of position, force him to multitask a little bit here. You see a few probes already going down. Has not had to use a Widowmine shot yet, which is great as well. I'll leave one Widowmine there. Blink not done, so the Stalkers can't really chase in. We do not grab that worker, but it's a lot of lost mine time. Blink done, so we can blink away from this mine shot. And probes get back to mining, but ByuN only loses one Widowmine. That's been a very successful opening from ByuN. Fantastic start. Stalkers are across the map, and this is obviously a very important stage of this game. As that's a dead Liberator. I mean, I know you're right by your base, but you're playing against MaxPax. You also have seen the amount of units on the other side. You should be able to know there's some units that aren't there. I think it's a mistake just to fly the Liberator like straight across the middle of the map. If you get it caught, if you like fly down the side and it gets caught, like okay, fair enough, good play to MaxPax, but I feel like flying it out through the center or toward the center is just asking for that to be go very wrongly for you. There is a second tank in range. Stalkers can micro well, but a couple of them do go down. 6 Stalkers remain. Tank's gonna have to relocate. New tank coming in soon. The scary part is that tank, when siege makes problems, and now a couple Stalkers get to the natural as well. This is what MaxPax can do so very well for himself so frequently. And we've seen a couple Stalkers get into that natural, start to pick away at some of those SCVs. Yeah, he's just so good at finding different ways and different positions to attack in and to trade in. Makes life for the opposition so very tough, so very difficult. Well, Stalker's going to just straight up blink into the natural here, and there's not enough to support that siege tank. Bunker will go down again. You can micro as MaxPax, so you can get so much value out of these stalkers. Tank will get to siege, and this is just where MaxPax is at his very best. He's going to shoot. He's going to be seeing a couple of refineries going down, and so potentially, if you let this continue, MaxPax isn't going to break ByuN completely here, but he's doing a lot of work, and he's already taken his own third base. His charge is now on the way, so the continuation is looking great already. Trying to shoot, some stalkers get hit. Marauder just gathers up. And just more SCVs going down. It's brutal, man. MaxPax is just so good at this specific phase of the game. Like, the opening for ByuN was great. Lost the Liberator, not so great, but it's just the blink control and the ability to do so much with these stalkers every time. It gives you so much consistency in this matchup. I was gonna get the prison gets pushed away to the sides. I was gonna jump in. I mean, I like this. Force the recall. Finally, being able to take some control. This is why he needs to do something. To be fair, he's gonna get in for quite a lot of probes. These stalkers. Gonna take a lot of shots. We blink. One of those medevacs does die, so 1 out of 2 falls. The fuller one as well, unfortunately. And 10 probes is not bad, though. It definitely helps ByuN out after being the one to just take damage himself for a while here. ByuN coming through, CC coming up and off and into the orbital. The Vikings are going to get their kill off a Prism. The Zealots are going to chase through. A couple of SCVs that begin to drop. The Bio4s will try and fight those Zealots as well. Stalkers try and trade as our Bio gets through. A couple of shots coming about. Zealots are going to get grabbed also. Bio Wooden Lions coming over. And 6 workers going down. Just as ByuN already, did a little bit himself. It's MaxPax's turn to come back the other way. He's already got Zealots heading to the natural. It's going to be a challenge for ByuN. His supply just is not there. Has not been kind of throughout this, honestly, as the Zealots get into the natural, especially. There's a Colossus here, too, he can't really deal with, and MaxPax is cruising at the moment. He's going to try and get to a 2-0 lead in this best of 5. The Zealots continue through, the Bio will keep on fighting. And we will kill the Zealots, but man, 25 SCVs, and it's hard to build up much hype about this one. I think this one is definitely on the disastrous side of life now. Dogs coming about, continue to move through, Forge and the Colossus coming up. First the medevacs on the way through, the Forge coming up, the Nexus on the way, Colossus is going to continue up as well. I just gathers +2 attack still coming in. Stalker's going to fire, we blink away. Wouldn't mind shot is good toward those Stalkers, just pushing them back for the moment. So let's gather up. Firewall chase, couple stalkers going down, Zealots and Colossus gathering together, or we just have this Bioforce of ByuN. I mean, it's down 40 supply. MaxPax is pushing. It's hard, like, there's just, ByuN's been kind of dying the whole game. Look at the map as well, it's covered in red. MaxPax sees everything, so anything that ByuN tries to do right now is just going to be, you know, MaxPax is going to be super aware of it ahead of time. This truly is a pretty brutal situation all around, as we do see our ByuN's trying to step forward. A couple force fields come into place. The Bioforce will chase down those Zealots. A sentry going to be chased as well. Now the other Zealots coming around the top. Prism into the main base. A few Zealots going to unload here and go into the mineral line for some SCVs perhaps. And just as ByuN is trying to push, he's once again going to have issues at home. His army supply is even. It's not really a true indicator of where we're at in this game because he has 0 rebuild potential. And I also think his army is just worse. He has a lot of ghosts, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to truly get through. I mean, 3 Colossus DTs are now around as well. Another problem for him to deal with. ByuN is just going to continue to be tested here, and I genuinely think he's going to get kind of bopped as he tries to drop in the main. I like this, right? I mean, maybe this is a pathway to success. You find yourself some harass, you find yourself in some different positions. The Zealots in the middle of the map are going to come through, and I guess we'll be able to clean those up, maybe. Just dying everywhere. Ah, GG's. MaxPax overruns, and he takes a 2-0 lead in this best of. Up 2-0. I'm cheering against him. I want to see a I want to see not a 3-0. It is going to be MaxPax. He's just been a bit too good with the blink so far, quite frankly. Oh, what's up, the Gyron? Thank you so much for the 47-month resub. Appreciate it. Keep it up. Hell yeah. You know we will. Thank you so much for the 47-month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's MaxPax in the bottom left, ByuN in the upper right. We're gonna get this underway. Oh my god. That's my Skype making noises for some reason. Skype, what are you doing? And on D&D. Shout out to the 2 players who still use Skype instead of Discord. Hence, I need to have Skype open at all times. It's a life decision for sure. Oh, you know, we used to organize everything through Skype. Skype in 2025, yeah, I know. I know. Well, we have a fun little opening here as MaxPax chooses to go for this setup. Engineering bay block, and so he takes the super far forward base. So immediately puts himself into a little bit of an interesting state where that's a very exposed base, and it almost feels like you're tempting ByuN to come and deal with it. Like you're almost tempting ByuN to be like, hey buddy, don't you want to come and do this right now? Huh? We're going to shoot a couple probes, going to get blasted around. We are going to have our Reaper going to be able to get rid of one probe, and I think it's out alive. Stalker gets the reach as it takes a second to jump down. That's brutal. I've used Skype since 2014. It was the last time you worked in eSports. Yeah, you know what it is? I'm sure a couple players I talk to on Skype actually do have Discord, but like, I actually don't have them added on Discord. And I've always messaged them on Skype, so it's like a continuation of habit, I suppose. It's kind of funny. I talked to my dad on Skype as well. That's also how I message my dad, so I have it open 24/7 for the 4 people I might need to talk to on there. It's funny. All right, we are going to see the Adept going to shade up. Obviously just provide some high ground vision to put some pressure on. Very shortly, ByuN will be on the map. I'm sure we'll be off and away trying to maybe make something happen. He's gonna get that though. And they got the Adept, and with the what am I burrowing at the front, we'll be safe here. I was gonna say we're actually in a position right where the medevac's out, so we should be able to get across the map and apply some pressure soon. Let's see what will happen. He's going to fight. The battery going to be taking some damage, so a few shots coming about. The Widow Mine coming back the other way. Actually going to be very close to killing off this battery, but in the end we just lift up and get away with everything. And maybe reposition and try and do a little bit more a bit further down the line. Green is going to drop back in, so there's the drop relocate, and a couple pros did not pull away. Gives you a chance to get a little more damage done again. Stalkers get there. Widow Mine gets taken down. We will see our probes pulling back over again. Banshee tank, Marines continuing up. The Nexus building on this side of MaxPax, and the assimilator coming through too. So up to the top. Tank shot is good. Already hitting a few of those stalkers, and then we'll see the Marines unloading and going after some probes as well. So damage being done out here in the center as well. Overall, again, don't mind the damage done early by ByuN. The problem typically comes now when MaxPax starts being aggressive. As the Banshee though forced to recall a couple more probes, and we keep the Banshee alive if nothing else, so we're going to be able to bring that back in again shortly. Banshee actually slips by the Stalker. I think we're going to get away with that one. So nice to get another Banshee on the map, and two of them together obviously can create some danger. Maybe that's just what ByuN needs, a way to be a bit more kind of active on the map, be a bit more of a stand, make something happen potentially as the Banshees continue down to the bottom. We scan, we get the OBS, Stimpack +1, Medevacs and Marines will continue to come on through. We had a couple Marauders into that mix as well. There's that storm coming up from MaxPax here. So, yeah, you're going to get to see him go into a little bit of a different tech. I don't think we've seen him go Storm yet. He's just been playing Colossus. He's been very ahead in the game so far as well. And Colossus have done a great job of just taking the lead and just bullying it all the way home for him. So, not minded that choice. But I like Storm in this one, where there's not as much of a definite lead in place, and it's a good way to mix it up. Banshees actually come through, get a good few workers. Some Stalkers going down at the front. MaxPax is actually just in trouble right now. His supply is not there at all. He actually needs Storm right now. He needs it, because if he doesn't get Storm, I actually think he's just going to straight up die. I think he's going to be in a lot of trouble very shortly here. That's going to be pretty rough for him. As ByuN is going to start stepping onto the map, and we are going to start hitting away. A couple of probes going down. I mean, that's the problem with this forward base as well. It's just such an easy position to attack into as the Terran player, because you just arrive here so quickly. You can set up on the low ground. Probe facility depowered. MaxPax at least will get to finish up his Storm upgrade, so he will have a chance to fire Storms in this game, and sometimes that is all you need to really spin a situation around into your favor. So let's see what happens with it. position. If we go off the base, I mean, that also is obviously a big victory, right? That is absolutely good enough here, so... Again, we'll see if we can get the base. The units are going to come in. The Nexus is going to go down. The Storm drops. Yeah, forced to abandon the siege tanks, and MaxPax did a good job of buying himself time. However, ByuN's also dropping into the main base, and that's going to be an issue if he loses all of the pylons powering his gates. It's actually very realistic to happen, right? I think these 4 pylons all go down. There's one more to kill in the corner here to depower the last few. MaxPax just says, GG's! We're going to have a fight. We're going to have some back and forth. We're going to actually have some games here. Nice. ByuN battles back. Blizzard or ESL funded for ages, so... Probably not. That's in the top right. Our blue Terran player is going to be ByuN from the Shopify Rebellion. And in the bottom left, it is going to be our Protoss player, MaxPax. Why is Microsoft not funding it like they did with AoE? Because Microsoft don't see any point in funding it. At the end of the day, eSports is a money sink, right? It's a money sink, and it's a tool for marketing. It's like a marketing tool. The problem with StarCraft 2 is it has nothing to market anymore. Like, what do you market with StarCraft 2? Like, StarCraft is not a franchise that has any sort of future game right now or anything. It's not an IP that has any current value. So keeping StarCraft 2 esports alive is not of interest because there's no return of investment there. Sadly. That's just the reality of it. I think there's people that want to keep it alive because it's just a good game, but like, it's very difficult to convince people to give you money for it. Which is why the Esports World Cup was such a good thing for StarCraft 2, because they actually just want prestigious, high-level games in their tournaments. So they were one of the few people that were willing to put money into it. And now they've been blocked and slowed down by other entities, it seems. And here we are. A Hearthstone expansion? Yes, but the reality is that running a multi-million StarCraft 2 circuit is not going to make more people play Hearthstone. You know? Why is just chess any different to SC2? Because it has a much larger player base. Yo, Peanut Butter Jesus, thank you so much for gifting out a sub to Chikata. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you. Appreciate it. Depressed Craft 2. I'm not trying to be sad, guys. I'm not trying to be depressed. I'm just trying to be factual. Like, it is kind of bonkers that we are in February and we... Like, the craziest thing to me... Like, all of this is all well and dandy, but the craziest thing to me is that clearly someone is trying to make something happen with StarCraft 2 because no one has come out and said that there's no tournament. No, ESL have not come out and said there's no future. You know, it's not happening, you know? So until that happens, something is probably being worked on. It's just crazy that we're in February and we have no potential information of what that is, why it's taken so long, if it is 100% happening or if it's just likely to happen. You know? ESL still running the replay channel? Well, yeah, because that's just free money for them. A few $100 a month, why not? As our Marauders here, Concussive Shell is available. Letting this adept in it's sad because all the information is gained. It takes you a while to clean up. You gotta pull some SCVs. You'll kill these early units, but there's not really much chance to get across the map from this, right? And that's going to be one of the bigger problems now. Getting across the map is definitely going to become a little bit more of a struggle as we get rid of that Zealot. CC coming up, Starport coming in. Yeah, what's up, Kai Flips? Thank you so much for the 11-month resub on the Prime. Sorry, Kai Fips. It looked like an L on my screen. Bad eyesight. I'm sorry. Isn't ESL being discontinued? Nobody knows. They've not said yes or no. That's the thing. They've not said it's not happening. They've just also not said it is happening. In general, well, yeah, no. ESL is just a different name now. ESL bought Faceit, and so instead of being called ESL, they're called like EFG. It's like the ESL Faceit group. Same people, different name. SC2 is at least as entertaining to watch as chess. Yes, but there's a lot less people in the world that understand what is going on in a game of SE2 versus what is going on in a game of chess. Again, it's just about watching what you're familiar with, or what, you know, something that you do yourself. There's a lot of value in that, and SE2, one of its biggest problems is getting new people to play and try the game, you know? It's just going to drop off in this main base. Few Marauders here. Don't have Stim just yet, but this could be a very good trade for them. When Stim comes up especially, we will start to get some pros. There's a pylon we can fight. What are we going to do? Stim finishes. We're going to finish that pylon. I don't love the split damage. Now the Stork's going to blink on the medevac. SCV's going down the other side. And this felt like it had so much potential. What are we going to do in the end? We're going to get rid of a couple Stalkers. Unload again. We get one more Stalker kill. We're losing so many SCVs on the other side of the map. GG gets called. And MaxPax is going to take the 3-1 victory in this series. Some funky games, definitely some different